Hey, what's up, Games fans? Your boy Nitty. Hey, man, reaction for the game against Virginia Tech. Big win. We'll take it. We'll always take a win. For people out there saying that it wasn't big enough, or the margin of victory wasn't, Miami didn't pass the eye test. I would say that 3 possessions should be enough, especially on the road against a rival. I mean, Virginia Tech is a rival to Miami within the ACC. We all came from the Big East. So yeah, but of course they're not going to consider that, because it's Miami. But I think that last touchdown, was needed. At some point in that fourth quarter, toward the end of it, I kind of got the sense that Mario was they were just gonna run this thing out, and so I'm glad on that fourth down they was able to get that last touchdown, because I think that helps, because this committee is they're looking at Miami, but they're looking at Miami to eliminate themselves. So if that game was a 10-point win, I mean, clearly it's going to be against Miami. But all in all, man, you got the win on the road. 3-7 Virginia Tech, but still, it's an ACC game. You won by 3 possessions. I think that should be enough. And then for anybody that's comparing Miami's win against, I saw on X a lot of Notre Dame fans comparing Miami's score against Syracuse with what they did. And you can't really compare them, because last time I checked, the committee depends on, or they consider injuries, right? They screwed over Florida State a couple years ago due to an injury, and they clearly said that was the reason. So I think looking at Syracuse team when they played Miami, it was a totally different team than when Notre Dame played. Notre Dame played a Syracuse team that had, they got so many injuries. So save that. And that should be considered. It's 2 different teams. But Miami, you go on the road, you win a game at Virginia Tech, and now you got one more against Pitt on the road. It's gonna be a tough game, but I think Miami should be able to pull that thing off. I think Beck, in some situations, he relies on Tony down the field too much, where he can check the ball down to somebody that's open. I don't know if y'all saw that, where he threw the ball, safety clearly dropped the interception. I think he just, when that pocket starts collapsing around him and he steps in there, he's looking for Tony. And so he gotta work on that, because that safety dropped the interception. And that's happened all throughout the year. So Beck definitely gotta watch that. Run defense wasn't the best against Virginia Tech, but I'm not overly concerned about the run defense. They literally had a bad game. Even though that's the game where you don't need to have a bad game, but on the ground, Virginia Tech got after it, man. 194 total rushing yards. That's not characteristic of this defense. So Miami definitely got to go back and look at that. I think Pitt is going to just try to keep it balanced and attack probably through the air, quick passes, similar to the game plan that Louisville beat us with. So they got to be ready for that. And that's going to be, I just heard the game was at noon. That's interesting. But so yeah, it's going to be quick turn. You go ahead and get this thing, rip that Band-Aid off, and let's get after it. But I think Miami got to come into that game. I mean, this is your ACC championship game. This is your, college football playoff. Like, everything's on the line here. If you lose this one, you got no shot. There's some scenarios where Miami can still actually get in the ACC championship. With I think a couple losses. I think SMU has to lose, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Virginia has to lose to Virginia Tech. Or it's a or. Both things don't have to happen. I believe it's Virginia has to lose to Virginia Tech, or SMU has to lose to Cal. Miami wins against Pitt. Miami's in the ACC championship. Wow, can you believe that? Yeah, so everything's out in front of them. We'll see what happens. I don't think that this coaching staff has that cutthroat. Like they just don't. They don't seem like they're the type of staff that'll put their foot on somebody's neck and hold their ear and choke them out. They just don't seem like that type. But they need to get like that type, because you're gonna need that from now going down the stretch. Even if you make it in the college football playoff, that's the kind of mentality you gotta have. But hey, we got the win. After this next game against Pitt, if you're able to get in that tournament, man, hey, that it's win in advance. But I do think that what would be great, college football playoff is really all about like the media. It's all about like viewership. That's why they screwed Florida State a few years ago. That's what they said. Oh, we're a different team, and we don't want to really, put them in the field. The bottom line is they don't want blowouts. Wouldn't it be a great thing to have, since there's all this debate about Miami and Notre Dame, put Miami and Notre Dame in the same bracket? I think that might be the 7 and 8, whatever. I'm not, anyway. Put them in the same bracket to open the first round of the playoff, right? So that will be Miami potentially going. Yeah, Miami will be going to South Bend, right? Cole, right? Rematch. You don't think people will watch that? Man, that's the move, CFP. That's the move. You put Miami in that thing, have Miami go to Notre Dame. We'll take you all day long. We beat you in Miami. We'll beat you in South Bend. We've done it before. Anyway, that's all I got, man. Mario. Hey, man, this is it. Like, you got to get this team ready. Ain't no more flat coming out. You need 4 quarters of good ball, and defense needs to be stingy, shut down. No getting gashed on the ground for no 200 yards. Not giving up a 300-yard passer. This is when you need to play your best game. It all comes down to this. We'll see if they can do it. I think they can. And you never know. You might get some help along the way. You might be able to get in this thing another way. But bottom line is, the at-large is going to be hard to get in. Just, the bias. They're not going to move Miami close enough to Notre Dame to do any kind of type of comparison. And even if they did, Canes fans, it'd be one of them heartbreakers on college football selection Saturday or whatever, Sunday, whatever it is, where we'll still get edged out. You all know it. I know it. We don't get the calls against the refs. We got 2 of the best D-line edges in the country, probably the best. They don't get holding calls. I mean, come on, man. It's Miami, man. No, they don't want to see Miami in that thing. They don't. And Miami might look like a roller coaster up and down at times, but they don't want to see Bain and Mesidor coming off that edge in no college football playoff. It is what it is, man. SMU, that loss was the one that really kind of sunk us down to where it's just hard to even rise back up in the ranking. But come on, man. If Notre Dame deserves to be in this thing, Miami deserves to be in this thing, because head to head we beat your ass. We held your Heisman Trophy, candidate, nominee, or whatever, to 33 yards. I mean, if there's any team that deserves to be in it, Miami should be in that thing. ACC champ, I get all that, but Miami's one of the best teams. I would say probably one of the top, 12 teams in the country. They may not be number 1, but if you put a top 12, Miami should be in that thing. It's, especially how things are trending this late in the season. It is what it is, man. It'll all play out. We'll see how it goes. But go Canes. Let's beat the shit out of Pitt. Nitty out.